What is up, one and all? Welcome back to another episode of the 2x4 Table. Today, I am joined by the one, the only Matticus Bricks.
The one and only.
Yes, I mean, you are. There is only one Matticus
Fair enough.
Bricks. So, guys, we have a bunch of awesome conversations on the table today. First off is the world of new Lego news, which we're talking about the new GWPs that are kind of throwback GWPs. Eldorado Fortress, we're going to talk some about that. And then also we're going to get into Eldorado Fortress versus Barracuda Bay. That's a very interesting topic. I have a poll going in my community chat right now. And right now, Barracuda Bay is at 68%. With Eldorado at 32. So with over 500 people voting on it. So, I mean,
it's a pretty good sample size.
Yeah, it is. I'd say that's pretty good. But we're going to talk about those two sets as Pirate fans. And then we're going to get into our last and my discussion I am most excited for, which is what set should be remade next. We've had a lot of remakes over the last few years. So I'm very excited about that. So let's get right into that news. And starting off with, so starting tomorrow, July 11th, the Blacktron Cruiser is coming back. But that's not the only thing coming back. We also have the Bionicle Toa also coming back for the same dates. Now, this is where it gets weird to me. Not only are they same dates, but also the same price points of $220.
I was wondering that, like, do you get both if you spend that kind of money?
It sounds like it.
It does,
like,
right?
I don't know why. That just feels like such a weird move on Lego's half.
It's also weird to me that they're calling this like VIP. What is it? VIP days? And we've got two GWPs that were already available. Two very popular GWPs, but it's nothing new.
It's GWPs. I'm glad to have back. Oh, we're echoing. Uh-oh. One second. Let me quickly throw on a different mic and see how that goes. I'm very sorry. Technical difficulties. And I think it might be mine because I'm not hearing it.
I'm not hearing it either, though.
Oh, that's weird. Let's see quickly here. Can you hear me?
All right. According to Mr. Pod, we're fine. Turn my mic down just a bit. Oh, we're good. We're all set.
Oh, okay. Let me switch my. Something happened? Okay, my mic good?
I can hear you. Yeah, for a minute you blipped out, but you're back.
All right, sorry about that, guys. Also, we have 28 people. What's up to Eldorado Pirates Retro Lego Reviews? What is up to Greason Fontaine? What is up to Senior Pod Bricks? Can't wait to see you at Virginia. What is up, Joe's and Adam and so many other amazing people. Wow, we're already getting a ton of comments in the chat. So, okay, going back to the conversation here about this Blacktron Cruiser. Now, I'm a big fan of it. Did you ever build this set?
No. So I have not built it. I wanted to get a display case for it because I didn't want it to get dusty, and then I just kept finding a reason not to build it. I'm the worst.
I mean, but okay. Like this is a great set though. And this is, in my opinion, the best set of this year in that kind of like, if it technically was a set, like $30 set, like it would be the best, like $30 below set of this year. It just, when I built it, I had such a fun experience and it looks so good on your shelves. I love the different features it has. It's so good.
You sold me. I'm going to build it. I've been putting it off because I kept thinking like I need the right time to build it, and there's no right time.
So what you do, you go to the Lego store tomorrow, you buy Eldorado Fortress, and then you get this, and then you have one sealed, and then you can build one.
Brad, you're such an enabler because that's a great plan. That's a great plan. I can't argue with you. That's a great plan.
And then you get the Bionicle one and you sell that.
And you know those Bionicle fans are rabid. They'll pay like a fortune for that.
I have this set, but I haven't built it yet. So I don't know. How do you guys let us know in the chat too? How do you feel about Lego bringing these back? Because they felt super special when they were out on the shelves, like that you could only get those during that point. So to me, I'm curious, like what other people think. And my biggest gripe, the Blacktron GWP went up $30, and the Bionicle Toa went up, what is it, 70? Because it was 150, the threshold for it.
It's
Why
crazy.
is it?
Someone is saying, I don't know if you noticed that the Blacktron Cruiser threshold is 190, not 120. I don't know if that's confirmed. Someone was
Okay,
saying in the chat.
when I was looking, people
I
might be
also
right for
saw
the record.
220. I also thought it was 220, so I'm just wondering if
For the
that's
record, if I'm ever wrong, I appreciate being called out. I always love being told that if I gave out wrong information, because I don't want to give you guys wrong information. I'm looking right now.
I do also want to address my blanket. Why am I wearing a blanket? Because it's freezing cold in my basement. Because of the way the AC works in my house. So yes, it's the middle of summer and it's really hot outside, but I'm really cold. So
you know what? I get the same way at my old job. Whenever they would turn on the AC, I would literally get freezing cold because I sat right under. I'd be like, everyone else would be shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm wearing like a hoodie and like jeans. And
I have a vent right there, right over my head is a vent, so that's why. But
yeah,
just in case you're wondering.
So going back to this question, I think this is a great set to come back. If you missed out on this one, I highly recommend trying to get it. I mean, 220 is a lot, but like if you haven't gotten Eldorado Fortress yet, get this, get the other one, maybe sell off the Bionicle one, make a little bit of money back. But
you're making good points, and you're making me want to go out, and
it feels so weird for me though that they did both these same price point and same time frame.
I totally agree. Makes me think that they had a lot of leftover that they just want to get rid of.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it would have been better to leave this one at 150, and then people could get like, be like, oh yeah, I just want to get the 150, or just do the, I don't know. So
this so Lego Cole 1911 says I can buy any theme for these. There was nothing about any theme restrictions, right? Like it's all across the board.
I'm not seeing anything about that. And I agree with this comment. If they're trying to get rid of them, make it 150 and 120. Also, at the same time, to me, it's like, okay, why not give us some new GWPs? Middle of July. Usually we get like a Harry Potter GWP or something like that. And they did this with it was more of a less of a time frame, but like Forest Hideout, they did both June and first week in August, but like sold out immediately in August.
I think that the thought process, especially with the high threshold, is the people who these GWPs appeal to are into nostalgia. Eldorado Fortress is out; it's $215. So in order to get these, you have to spend an extra $5 from your Eldorado Fortress. So they're trying to get people who are already buying Eldorado Fortress and want to spend more money, or want to make them spend more money.
Yeah. Oh no, it's 100%.
It's all marketing.
A lot of great sets out there that you get these. My recommendations, Eldorado Fortress. Someone said the motorized lighthouse. I agree with that one. Also the 150 Indiana Jones set. Get that. Get you close. So I saw that big one at Matt's Melish's place, and I played around with it.
It's a good set, right?
Yeah.
I want that one a lot.
I want to address there is a rumor of a Magisto GWP, and I've talked about this a lot in my streams. I'm calling August or September. I feel like September because usually all the big hitters come out in August. And so they're going to try to get people to buy, later on. So I have a feeling about that. But again, I would have way rather had that come out in July. So
I'm remaining skeptical on that GWP because we've had this rumor for a while. So I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. That's kind of how I feel.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. So. All right, moving on. Eldorado Fortress. For those who don't know, this set was announced. I've been building it live every night, basically, when I can get the opportunity. I am absolutely loving this set. There is some crazy rock work at first. I will say that, but it's kind of cool once it all starts coming together. I haven't finished too much of it so far, but this set is absolutely beautiful. Matticus, I haven't heard your thoughts on it yet.
I really like it, honestly. I don't know why there are little things that were bothering me about it, like from when I saw it. It's mostly those like curved pieces. You see, like there's like a little gap in it, so it doesn't have as like that. This is a minor thing, honestly. I don't know why I'm nitpicking that. It's really a great set, honestly. I love the fact that they're even doing it. I think maybe the crane is a little bit big and feels like kind of weird, but. Listen, I think it's fantastic that we're getting these new classic sets, and I'll probably end up getting it at some point to go with my Barracuda Bay. You're flipping through those picks so fast, man.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to find one.
That's perfect.
So The crane I actually like, especially I was trying to find this
Mm,
because it kind of feels better when it's like more when it's separated from the fortress. I honestly think it looks
okay,
really good.
I can see that.
But I do agree. It
Is
is
that
definitely a big part.
it's okay, so this is I thought this was 2 alternate views, like, what I'm seeing over there on the left side of the screen, that's a piece that comes out from the main
Y-
build.
Yeah,
It
the whole
detaches.
part. Yeah, everything detaches. Like so,
Oh,
I'm
that looks
building.
very good like that.
So this is for those wondering. And here, one second. I'm gonna give myself the big screen just for a hot second. Um, so this is what it like. I haven't finished all of
Mm,
it. So this is what it'll look like, and it's got all those clips. They also use that for the Black Tron Cruiser, and so it looks really good, like just kind of left alone, and so you can
mm.
really spread it out and have some fun with it.
Wow.
So you can have this part, and then you can have your other parts.
So now, Brad, this has just about the same footprint as the original Eldorado Fortress, right? Like they're
Yeah.
basically they're building the old school raised base plate out of bricks.
Yes.
I love that. Like
I
people have been doing that for years, like mock style, and there's all different ways that people have done it. And I love that thing has made it into an official set.
yes. Real quick, what's up, our Tory World, and what's up, Shy? How you doing, my friend?
Hi, what's going on, man?
No, I definitely agree with you though. I know a lot of people have been complaining about like, oh, we should have gotten a raised base plate. I'll tell you this right now. I'm so happy we didn't get a raised base plate.
Oh,
I think raised
it's
base plates, I like them. They're cool, but I like them because they're this old thing that we kind of don't get anymore.
exactly,
Whereas I think raised base plates hurt sets a lot. I think it
absolutely.
honestly like it just doesn't do good for them. So I always am like, look, I'd rather build it up. Yeah, it's more parts, but at the same time, like now you can actually like open it up as I was showing. Like I think that looks absolutely
Mhm.
beautiful, just like this,
It
and you can
really
have more
does.
fun with it. So,
Yeah,
so
I think
yeah,
race base plates, it's special that they're in the past. It's special that you have this piece of Lego history. They're not going to make that again. And I've seen people try to build mocks like on a raised base plate, and it just doesn't look good. It looks
yeah.
like it's weird, you know. It doesn't work.
Even some of the sets that are on raised base plates, and I know Cheesy Studios talks about this a lot. It's like sometimes they just don't use the base plate well.
They don't exactly.
They just had the mold for it, and they're like, "Screw it, we're just gonna do
Yeah, we'll
this."
just put something on this. Like I'm looking. I think that the fire breathing fortress from the Dragon Masters, as much as I love that set, I don't think it makes as good use of the raised base plate as
Mm,
some of the other sets that have used that plate
yeah.
do.
So,
Like the Spirius base where
mm,
the rocket actually hides inside that little depression there, and that works a lot better.
I agree, and I do like that you can actually walk up the ramp now with the brick built one.
It's got
And again,
studs so that the minifigures can
exactly.
they don't
I
fall off.
will say though, anyone who's in my stream yesterday know I was a pain in the butt to build that. It is like doing what's the best way of putting it? It's like doing artwork, like the art like stud, because literally you're putting on all those studs for
Mm.
that ramp all at once. It was kind of a pain. I almost went crazy. Um
Man,
so
you're fueling my nostalgia, Brad. You're gonna get me to rush out to my store tomorrow and spend money I don't have to get
Lego dots. Thank you, Deathray. Yes, I'm going to keep pushing you. Look, I'm just saying this is the I mean, look, you can wait. I will tell everyone with the new sets that come out, the big ones, you can wait a year. If there's other older ones you need to get still, like the castle or the Galaxy Explorer, get those first. But you should definitely get this one.
or we could, order with Rakuten. I could give you all my referral code. We could each get some money, get a little bit of cash back. I mean, listen, I'm putting it out there. I'll post the link in the chat if anyone's interested. You can get my referral bonus for Rakuten, and
All
it'll be
right.
great for everybody.
Solo.
That's my last plug on myself. Um, Matt Mellish, wait, double
Yes.
VIP is tomorrow.
No. Okay. So that double VIP isn't for everything. I want to make that
Oh,
clear. It's for like Disney and a few other ones. If you
oh,
look
so
into it.
what you're saying is I can get the Disney Castle tomorrow.
Yeah, but why would you want to get that set?
It's
Uh
gorgeous. That I guess this is another debate. I think that
yeah,
set is incredible.
that's another conversation. Also, it's not an original theme, so it's not good, just automatically. Uh so yeah, I think beautiful set. And yes, I'm a great salesman. I can always talk people into. That's why I was great at work at the Lego store. I talk people into so much stuff. Oh, also, this is my favorite detail, and no one. People weren't listening to me in chat yesterday when I was talking about it.
People
One of my
weren't
favorite.
listening to you.
It's a big detail to me. Okay, so you see this cannon here and how it's on a swivel? It comes off the swivel.
Oh, all right.
So to me, I love that detail
cool.
because
No, I get it.
I can then take that off and use it somewhere else or have it on the swivel. Because I have some older pirate sets where it's on the swivel and I don't like it on the swivel.
Right, because it would either be attached and permanently or I get it.
So I love that.
I like it.
Big question though. This or Barracuda Bay? Let us know in the chat. I'm about to put a poll out there for all of you guys. Thoughts? Okay, Barracuda Bay, amazing set. It was more before I started doing YouTube streaming, so I haven't talked about it too much on YouTube. So I feel like we can have some really good conversations about this.
I haven't really talked to too many. I'm just gonna right off the bat I like Barracuda Bay better, and it's nothing against Eldorado Fortress. I think that Barracuda Bay is obviously it's a bigger set. There's a lot more that it can do. There's more detail. It's a 2-in-1, so you can build the ship if you want to, or you can display it like that. Honestly, I love it. This set I actually built right before I became a content creator. So yeah, I also really haven't done a lot of content on Barracuda Bay. So
I remember it came out. So I bought it
2019, I think.
Yeah. When did Barracuda Bay come out? I think you're right about that. So I bought it, and I remember a lot of my TikTok content was great about it. But we got Ethan the Artisan in here too. No More Bricks. Matt Mellish. What is up, everyone who's joining in? Hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Just anyone watching. Fat Daddy Bricks, what is up? You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much for joining. So I love Eldorado Fortress. I built mine. This was the thing. I honestly hadn't touched mine in a while. And I had the ship sitting here, and I had the rest of the parts in a bag, and I rebuilt the base. And then I started going through and doing the ship. And then I was like, damn, this is good.
It's really good.
You know what the thing I like about this? It's not your normal symmetry you get with sets. There's the ship part, but there's not a crazy, I don't know. There's just it's craziness because you can build all this for the base, especially.
There's so much going on. All the detail. I love the little, one of my favorite things in that is the little islanders, statue that's sticking out of it right there. I love that so much because it's exactly the way they looked. That's the build. That's King Kahuka. Yep.
You know, the great thing about I do love is all the characters have a name in this set.
Do they really?
Yeah, if you look at the beginning of the instructions, this is before I was really looking into instructions, but there was
really pay that much attention.
There's actual lore, and this set, I'm going to talk about it when I do my Harbor Master videos. There is a bit of lore in it that connects every pirate theme. This set is the set that it doesn't matter 2009, 15 or whatever, it connects every pirate theme.
Wow.
So
that's incredible.
I love this set for that fact. I think this set it just got some really cool stuff in it. And I think that's one of the reasons Eldorado Fortress doesn't have that lore and stuff in it. It's got little bits of stuff in it, and actually mentions Barracuda Bay. As in, you can dock the ship at Eldorado Fortress. They made it so that you could actually dock the ship at one part of it.
Sure, for when the pirates need to have trade deals with the Imperial.
I guess so.
It just happens. It's a thing.
My biggest complaint with this set, and you can actually see it right here, is you can't stick the guns out through the cannon holes. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the one thing I loved from the Imperial flagship and Pirates of the Caribbean movies was you could see the cannons coming out through the ports. And I always have loved those scenes, but you can't do that with this set. And it makes me really sad. It was my biggest complaint when built it.
Makes sense though.
Well, because it's got those windows there.
Yeah. But you can take the windows out.
Technically, but there's still all that stuff inside, the living quarters. So,
yeah.
But besides that, completely beautiful set. So
really
when it comes to Eldorado Fortress versus this, I think it's really what you're into. I actually really love soldiers. So to me,
Mm.
Eldorado is kind of a little bit what I go towards because I prefer the soldiers over the pirates.
We're dressed
But
appropriately then, man, because you're a soldier, and look at me, I'm a pirate. Got my booty.
yep. I didn't know where to go with that.
And I was just like, let's see how uncomfortable I'm gonna make it.
But like when it comes to Barracuda Bay, though, I
Yeah.
really do like it. I like how it's set up. Between those two, though, just like those two pirate remakes,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's
You're right. It is a toss-up because I think that the thing is that I think both of them do what they do so well. And
yes,
the thing is, like, Eldorado is like a straight up remake of Eldorado Fortress, right? Barracuda Bay, it is a
yes,
remake of the Black Seas Barracuda, but you can make the whole island setup. Like, that's from the Lego ideas. Like, that's new.
yes.
So,
And I agree. I think it's like I love Eldorado. I really do, and I'm really glad I picked that setup. But I also think you're right. It is an exact remake, and it doesn't change too much about it. There is newer stuff in it, but
right.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's basically the same, but I think it's really cool. I would hope to think that they do other sets like that. I saw somebody mention in the comments, are we going to have more raised base plate sets? And I think it would be really cool if they did more of
Mm.
those sets, like, the same style, and to see how they would compare. Um, they use that
That is
design for a lot of different sets.
It's true. It's true. And there's literally you could reuse the same design you used for this. I kind
For
of
real.
want to do that. I really want to build just the entire base of this set
Yeah,
and then remake all of those other sets that you could do with the raised base plate.
absolutely would be so fun.
I think because I had an idea a while back for a video where I buy a second one of these and I try to remake all the different smaller fortifications from the original Pirates
Mm,
Blue Coats theme. And then I decided against it.
yeah.
But that'd also be fun to do one where I try to build all the different like Dragon Masters Fortress or like the Dragon Masters sets and
Yeah.
stuff with that race base plate.
Yep.
Because like if
King's
you
Mountain
just
Fortress.
yep, exactly. And if you just took away like the black around the edge, that's like kind of the dock area,
Right.
and then you get rid of some other stuff, like you could
You make the
easily do
base
it.
green instead of blue for the water. Get rid of the
Exactly.
sand. Yep.
It wouldn't be that hard to change things up
No.
because once you get it, yeah. So yeah. Also, how many soldiers will I buy when they show up in Pick a Brick? I kind of want to buy like 50.
They will be
I'm
on Pick a Brick. Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm calling it now. If the Black Sean Cruiser torsos ended up on Pick a Brick, I can see
For
them
like a
for the
hot
sales.
minute. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that
they
that was a
sold
thing
out.
until I missed it. Yeah. I missed it completely.
It's crazy. Okay, so when it comes down to it, I think for Eldorado Fortress, if you're gonna buy, if you had an option $200 for one of these, personally, I'd have to say Barracuda Bay because I think it is the more unique of the two. I love this set, but this set is just crazy, and I think you need to experience. My one biggest problem with this set, and it's not because of how it is, you have to have like store the sails somewhere if you don't
Right.
want to store them on the ship. There's a bunch of extra pieces and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Like I have a bunch of sails sitting back there. I don't know what to do. I'm trying like I need to get some cardboard, press them, and then put them
Mine are
somewhere where that.
in the instructions. Like,
Oh,
just
that's
the
smart.
sales are said in the instructions. Instructions are in my instruction file folders, and I don't know where those extra pieces are, so don't press me for it. So
I had to find those because
somewhere.
I kind of knew where they were. I knew where they
Yeah.
were and I found them. And so I have a small bag of them now. But
Yeah.
that's my only gripe is like you
Oh
gotta
no, they gave me extra Lego. There's too much Lego in
yeah.
this set.
But it's like if you're just
It's a good
displaying
problem.
it,
Yeah.
if you're just
It's a good
displaying
problem
it,
to have.
yeah, no, I agree. So yeah, that's my only problem. But
I
I
agree.
do think this set is the more unique of the two. And because it isn't just a copy and paste remake,
Yep.
I think it does stand out. But
Agreed.
I do think Eldorado Fortress, especially, I love the little ship. I will say that.
Mm.
The
Mhm.
little boat remake from
Yeah, that's from the
the
Imperial, the trading
it's
post.
yes, or Port
Yes.
Royal if you're from the UK. But honestly, this boat, it was a lot of fun to build. It's very smooth along the sides and it doesn't even have a base. Like it just looks good. And the sails are so cool too. I like the sails.
Sales
So
are awesome. Yeah, that's kind of one of the big selling points for me on that set is because
mm,
I always wanted that Imperial trading post. I thought that was the coolest little ship. and now I can have it.
See, the
Yes.
thing though, it's more like 400 now. It's gone up in price.
I honestly, what did retailed for 250? I think that was right. Am I right? Retailed
It's
for 250.
200. It was 200.
Retailed for 200?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a steal. Like,
Yeah.
I think that honestly, the set's easily worth 300.
Oh,
Like, if
yeah.
you can get it for around that price, yeah, absolutely.
I think even if it's not in the box, getting it for around 300, it'd still be worth it.
I'd want it in the box, but yeah. I think you're right. You're right.
I would say if you can get your hands on Barracuda Bay right now,
For
the problem
300, go
is
for it.
Pirates is hot. People are thinking about Pirates again. And look, I fell in love with Pirates and then I fell in love with Castle. And it like put the Pirates in me a lot lower. And then this set, like Eldorado, got dropped. And I was like, oh, Pirates is so cool.
Pirates is so cool. Listen, Castle and Pirates, in a way, they're two sides of the same coin. They're similar but different.
And I agree. I think it depends for everything. It really depends on how big of a fan you are of that theme. I recommend to anyone get the new Galaxy Explorer, get the new Eldorado Fortress, get that. But it also depends on how big of a fan you are of those things.
Get the castle. So. Get the Lion Knight's castle. That's the one. That's
yeah. I would say in the fight, Galaxy Explorer, like Lion Knight, I would say my I don't know, Lion Knight's castle before Eldorado Fortress any day right now. But so you were talking about earlier about some of the stuff that should be remade.
Yes,
I do want to switch over to that topic. Our final topic for the night. This is going to go long. We know this one's going to.
We had quite a few things, yeah.
So I want to talk with what's the best way to start this? So there have been a lot of remakes lately. Everything from the GWPs to the Eldorado Fortress, and I want to talk about what should the next remake be, because we've gotten some space, we've gotten some castle, and we've gotten some pirates. What else is out there that we think that we should be getting? So my rules for this: GWP remake, and then also a remake of a big set. So we try to pick a couple from each theme that's out there. And also, like, hey, maybe redone a little bit too. Like, it doesn't have to be an exact remake. But really, it just has to be an original theme from kind of like earlier than, I want to say, like 2005.
Probably a good, yeah, I would say from 2005. I'd even go to like 2002 and back. 2020, 2003, 20 years. 20 years and older. That's vintage.
Yes, I agree. So we picked a lot from a lot of different themes. We didn't just try to go castle. We didn't just try to go space. We try to pick from all over. And I think that's one of the things we want to talk about is like everything. Like there's a lot that's happened. What's really good in specific sets. So first off, I want to start with adventures, something I've thought a lot about. Scorpion Tracker, number one, I think GWP. This set is iconic. I think it really does need a remake, and I think you could make a really cool remake of this set. So personally, to me, Scorpion Tracker is a GWP that I think we should get.
If you want to use your imagination, they released a remake of this set this year with the Indiana Jones. I actually just built the one where it's the car. No, but like seriously, like
You're
that
right.
The cars in the same style. But I see what you're saying. We need to have there needs to be Johnny Thunder remade. Like they sort of did like this minifigure.
The CMF figure, yep.
Yeah.
And also we did get him in the Lego movie.
I just knocked over everything on my shelf. Exosuit down. This minifig.
Yes. I picked him up last year at Virginia, and it's a very good. And it was, for the record, people confirmed that he is a remake of Johnny Thunder. Yep. Yes, that very good figure though, and I'd love to see what they could do with him nowadays. Also, GWP size is this one 5938. It's just another smaller iconic set from Adventures. So kind of had to throw that in the list.
Yeah,
and also
that's a really good one.
You would get John. Is that Samson? Who's the guy on the left?
So I believe that is Baron von Baron.
I think.
Or say it's I don't know.
Isn't Sam Sinister and Baron von Baron the same?
It is Sam Sinister. It's Sam Sinister. Baron von Baron has the hat with the hook.
Right. Okay. So Also, this way we get 2 figures, which would be kind of cool, plus a skeleton. I mean, that never hurt anyone. So,
No, no.
um, yes,
Yeah,
okay, that's Sam
basically same.
Sinister. That's
But, it's confusing because when they did Orient Expedition, he became Lord Sinister, and he was, like, a combination of the 2 things, and he had Baron von Baron's
uh,
face with, like, the monocle,
they
but they
do
called
that a
him Lord
lot.
Sinister. They
I hate
swapped
it.
the name
I
they name
hate it
swapped
so
him, and it's
much.
confusing. Yep.
Lego, you need to stick with your lore.
Yeah, for real.
All right, next up is this one. This one was recommended by Bricks Set. What was the name of this? Sorry.
This is the Pharaoh's Forbidden Ruins.
Yes. So
Great set.
very iconic. I mean, you got the front pyramid there. You got the back like area that's kind of the area where the tomb is, and then of course you got the flying airship.
Yeah.
So and also you get a good vehicle. Like this would be a perfect like those
Like
other two great GWPs. This would be just be a perfect all in all remake of a
big,
set because there's so much you
big,
could do with
big
it.
version of this. Like all the tricks and the traps and the things that they did it with Indiana Jones. They could do it with like a tried and true
Mhm.
Lego theme in Adventurers. Like give us
I
something
could
like
see
that.
that.
Yep.
And the nice thing is if you did this, you can make it so you get all the main characters. Maybe instead of the truck, I like the truck, but maybe instead of doing the truck, like they could honestly just do like the Scorpion Tracker. Like they could change up some of the vehicles to make it fit better. But I think you're right, and I think they can make it kind of this modular area for the like the tomb in itself, the temple
Mhm.
itself. So yeah, I think adventures would be a perfect theme for them to go into. I think the problem with adventures right now is the Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it's like kind of the same thing. Like I feel like they did Adventurers because they wanted to do Indiana Jones but couldn't for whatever reason.
I agree.
Yeah, but they
So,
gave us Johnny Thunder. So
what do you think of my 3 picks here, or the 3 picks here from adventures? Do you think that would represent adventures? Because I feel like the desert era is the biggest era from
the Desert Air is
adventures.
the
So,
best. I think you could do some jungle. Jungle's
mm,
cool. Like Dinosaur is like they kind of wanted to do
yeah,
Jurassic Park, and I don't know. It's whatever. Um, but yeah, I think the jungle has some areas, but you definitely do the
mm,
desert first.
yes. So you think these 3 good sets?
You asking me or the chat?
You.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay. I agree. Yeah, I would say those are
Okay.
probably the best. Somebody mentioned the Sphinx, but they kind of already remade the Sphinx set with that.
Mm,
What was it called? Egypt Quest, Pharaoh Quest,
Pharaoh's Quest.
Pharaoh's Quest. They
I
basically
like Pharaoh's
remade the.
Quest.
It was cool, but they basically remade that Sphinx set like almost exactly. So
All right. Let's go. So this was one you picked.
this
Go
was
into
one of my picks.
reasons why. Why did
Yeah,
you pick this town set?
I'm realizing that I probably gave you the wrong number. That looks like it might be the remake. Doesn't matter. Same thing.
Okay.
So essentially you asked me the question, what should be the next set that Lego does a remake of? So what are the core 4 classic Lego themes? You have space, castle, pirates, and town. um Personally, like I'm not clamoring for them to remake a bunch of old town sets. They're really cool and they make a bunch of city sets now, so it's basically the same thing. But this is the one of the original Octan gas stations. I think it's the best Octan gas station, and Octan is like part of the original like iconography and identity of Lego. So I think that this set could be a nice little remake to give us like a piece of Lego's history in a new way. Um, and Captain Fowl, I fully agree with you. Paradisa, bring back Paradisa completely. One of my favorite themes. But yeah, I think that this would just be like a nice, like, give us an Octane gas station just once. They don't need to do more than that, but it would be nice to remake that set.
To me, the reason I don't think Town needs a remake is because we still got city sets. We still like,
I
yeah, maybe do a city set
right.
that's like Octane like this, but also they're moving all
I
EV
agree.
for some reason in city. So
Right.
to me, I agree. I think this is a solid set to pick. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like, we already get the modular sets, which are basically just
Right.
an amazing Town remake anyways, just not based off
It's
of something.
I agree. It's definitely not as much as necessary as the castle, the
Yeah.
space, the pirates. But I just think it would be cool if they did some sort of, you know what? I'll amend this, and instead of picking this set, I'll say maybe do like one of the Octan like gas vehicles, like smaller,
Mm,
whatever. Do that as a GWP. Just remake,
perfect.
and at least you cover your bases and you represent iconic classic Lego Town.
Yeah, I agree with that very much. We got a couple quick comments from the chat here. I liked Matt had a great comment. I think if they actually revisit a theme, they should do one from each desert, jungle, and dino.
I'll
That would
agree with
be
that.
pretty cool.
Yep.
I mean,
Big,
technically,
medium,
there's
large,
4.
small, medium, large. Oh, and then there's
Yeah,
Orient Expedition though, which
yeah.
had 3 iterations also. So there's
You could
6.
do the you could do like 3 different, kind of like the Indiana Jones set. That's like the 3 different areas. Now it's
Ooh.
part of the same area, but like one's like a each smaller diorama of those different things. But I also think we should get actual set remakes of each ones.
Mm.
Because like you could do one as a GWP, you could do one as like a set, and then one as a cheaper set. So I think that would be the way to go. Um, Desert Egypt or Orient Expedition would be the favorable adventure sets. I do agree with that. Well, Orient is cool, but I also feel like it wasn't as popular as like Desert and
Desert was better.
Jungle.
But I have so many good memories of Orient. Like I'd love to get me some
Mm.
Orient Expedition sets again, honestly. I don't know if they're worth that much. I'm gonna go on Bricklink right now and just research it.
All right, let's move on to some other sets before
Yep.
you keep going down that road. I mean, we're all going to want to go down that road after this.
What is 6886? I just want to know, Jose. 6886.
Oh, that's one we're going to bring up.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well,
So
we'll bring that up later.
Rock
Yeah,
Raiders.
I threw in Rock Raiders. I don't know
I
about
agree
this
with
set
this one.
specifically. I said just do a Rock Raider set. Like it could be a GWP sized. You know, give us something.
I think Rock Raiders deserves it. Rock Raiders didn't have a long enough run, in my opinion, and I did pick some sets on this list that I thought didn't. Let's put this way. I picked some sets in this list that I think didn't have a good enough original run. Like they were an amazing theme that Lego didn't give enough of a run to. So
I think Rock Raiders fits that category. It really just had one run.
agree. Yeah.
There's not a lot of variety in the sets. They almost all of the vehicles use that canopy that we're seeing here. I think they need to do a mech. And I saw a really awesome Rock Raiders mech that someone did at Brick World. You know who I'm talking about, by Zane Houston. And that made me think like, damn, why didn't Lego do something like that?
They technically had a mech, but they didn't really do mechs during the time. It's kind of the mech style that they used for a lot of different stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh. Coda coming in. Coda coming in. Space Police over Rock Raiders. Sorry, Matticus.
My picks are not going over well yet.
I like this one though. I think this is a good pick though.
I don't know if this set was the best choice, but I picked the biggest of their vehicles.
This is a sad point though. Rock Raiders won't come back because it's now mixed into town.
How did that happen? How did Rock Raiders mix into town?
Like town will do a lot of like adventures and adventure, like instead of doing power miners and Atlantis and stuff, they kind of like, oh, here's space and here's mining
underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly. Right. And I don't think it's a good.
Here's the wilderness, the wildlife. It's whatever, as long as it gives us new elements and new animals and new stuff. But yeah, honestly, I not the biggest power miners fan. But whatever.
I grew, power miners was my thing, but that's a different discussion.
Yes, it is.
I think
a one-off set. I agree with Matt Mellish. Just give us a one-off set,
yes.
even if it's a
and
GWP.
I'm saying that for all of these, for the record. I would love a theme to come back, but we're talking about individual one-off set from that theme.
Well, they brought back dark turquoise, like the turquoise color for like it's a waste. Why did you bring it back if you're not going to use it where it belongs in Rock Raiders? So
it's true. Yep. It's true. So, and this is another great comment. Mechs are everywhere these days. So, I mean, Rock Raider back wouldn't be that hard for them to do. So, I agree. I think Rock Raiders deserves a remake, though. I think it's very iconic and people fall in love with that theme afterwards. But during when it was coming out, it didn't do as well. So, all right, next one. We couldn't talk about remakes without going into Ice Planet. So 6973, just an iconic ship. And I think out of all the big ships, this is probably one of the favorites out there, especially from this theme of Ice Planets. I know there's like, a lot of people like there's the big one like this and the Blacktron one, and there's a bunch of other ones, but I think most people, and I've seen it a lot around the space a lot, this set should be remade. Galaxy Explorer, bigger size.
Yep. Give us that
I think this one do absolutely amazing.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite classic spaceships. The fact that it has the 2 cockpits going on, like it's just such a unique design. Like, really gives everything to it. The color scheme is beautiful. I love those minifigures. Yeah, this is great. I love Ice Planet.
Yeah. And I'm thinking if we're going to go down that route, got to do a GWP too, or you could do a GWP on that size, kind of
Yep.
like Black John Cruiser. I think this one could be
Yeah,
smaller size and
be
do
great.
good. And that's 6879. So it's a cool little ship. I feel like I remember this one from Lego Racers. Flew over
Oh
in the
yeah.
map. I was trying
Yes,
to
yes,
find whatever
yes.
ship that was, and I think it is this ship. So
I think so. Yeah, it did appear. I love that part in the game too, where you're going through all the ice planet things,
oh, I
the
love that.
base.
Ooh, okay. Oh wait, ground cover there. Yes, but it will now be trans orange because the neon orange was
True,
discontinued.
true, true.
That is true.
They could pull it off still. It's not that different.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. They could have fun with it though, but I definitely love to see Ice Planet come back.
Agreed.
All right. You thought Aqua Zone should be
I
put on
said,
this list.
yeah, give us an Aquazone set. I think that for many years, Aquazone was very popular. It was honestly the first time that Lego tried to do their own thing, like that wasn't based on an established, like, okay, like castles exist and pirates and space travel. Like they were like, what if we did like this underwater thing? And it was just this new weird thing. So I like this. It's an underwater sub. Maybe the charm is in how vintage it is, but I don't know. I feel like they should do some sort of Aquazone remake, even as a GWP.
I was going through a lot of old magazines and I didn't realize how long Aqua Zone ran for. So
Like, yeah, the latter
I
half of the
I could see
90s.
that. I could see that. And for the record, everyone, this is our own personal opinions. We just
Oh,
grabbed
yeah.
sets that we were thinking about. There's so many sets out there. We could all agree every set should get a remake, but like some that we felt like were a little more iconic, so we kind of threw them into this list. Yeah. All right. Going back to Pirates,
Mhm.
Carabiner Clipper, and I think there's some other ones out there deserve a remake. I think, and I think it shouldn't be a remake of Caribbean Clipper. It should just be a bigger Carabiner Clipper. Like
Mm,
a the blue coats and kind of the red coats never had a huge ship. So I'd love to see a big ship, especially for the blue coats. And I think, Lego loves to reuse stuff. So I'll make this argument. They already made the blue coats.
yeah,
They already brought them back. They already brought back those figures. How hard would it be to do a bigger ship that kind of like go with Eldorado Fortress?
yeah.
So
I don't think the Redcoats ever had a ship at all, did they?
they
Oh,
they technically
oh,
had a few.
they had a flagship. Right, right, they did.
Yes.
Um, yeah, this would be great. Give us a big ship to go with Eldorado Fortress. I like Matt's pick though. That's
But
a
we're
wonderful.
gonna talk. It's hard because people are saying
I'm
stuff
like,
in the
wait a
comments, and
second.
we're
I
like,
like
"Oh, we're gonna
Matt's
talk
pick
about
here.
that one." Yeah,
Oh,
like it's a good pick, Matt. But we're gonna get to that one in here in a second. So personally, I think for me, this set, I'd love to see more ships come back from the Pirates team. Barracuda Bay was nice, but I'd love to see what else they could do with that. So,
mhm.
um, also I threw this one in
Oh,
the list.
that was your
The
surprise for me.
Armada. No, I have another one. Oh wait, no, yes.
I used to have the re-release of this. I got it as a kid.
Okay.
I don't have it anymore, but it's great. Great set.
So I'm gonna make the argument for Imperial Armada. They got 3 sets. I think they popped in total of, I want to remember right, 6. They popped in a bunch of handful of sets. To
Just a
me,
few,
they're
not a lot.
exactly. They're like the wolf pack of pirates. Like they were
Mm.
really cool and very unique, but they had a very short run and they hurt because they were kind of near the end of that era.
Yeah, I go with that argument. I like that.
So to me personally, as I talked about earlier, there's certain sets I feel like deserve a remake because of the theme. This set was iconic from that group. I mean, the other sets were kind of but I think this one deserved a remake. And I'd
Ev-
love to see some conquistadors come back.
Everyone sleeps on the Imperial Armada, and yet these guys are so expensive. Like, you want to try to
And I
buy
think
any of these? You're
I think that's why they're so
an
expensive.
arm
Because
and a
none of us can
leg.
afford them.
I know they're so rare and pricey. Damn.
So that's one of the
Yep.
ones I want to throw in here. Going
This was
to
one of my picks.
yes. Matt, Enchant for Forbidden Island.
Oh,
I
so
agree. Oh wait.
no, he's talking about a different set.
Oh, okay. I
He's
messed up on
talk
that. That's my bad.
No, that's fine. He's talking about the pirate base. It's on a square plate. It has the mast.
I know what
I'm
you're
pretty
going to
sure. I'm
talk about.
pretty sure that's what he means.
I mean, we got Barracuda Bay. Why would we need
Yeah, it's
another
basically
shipwreck
Barracuda.
island?
Yeah, but I think would be a really good set to bring back, just because you have the prettiness of all the foliage. Think about how they could do that new with all of the different like plant pieces they could do this with. Yeah, I think it'd
And
be very pretty.
also, raised base plate remade. Be cool to see how they
Listen,
did
they could
that.
remake the race baseplate. Yeah. Yep.
And we talked about why they would probably not do this, so you just kind of not correct. But it's also like, so I talk about this in a Pirates video I'm working on. Um, Lego Pirates isn't historically accurate at all.
Not at
It's a
all.
crazy, crazy. Trying to think of the best way to put this. It's they took elements from the real world and threw them in. I mean, the red coats don't represent the British. The blue coats technically don't represent the French. Technically, actually, I don't know. It's really crazy. Technically, the red coats and blue coats are part of the group, and then Conquistadors,
Yep.
are great. Like they're all kind of mixed, and so I could see them redoing this. Again, it's just like I don't know. It's kind of one of those things.
Well, you know what though? Listen, they actually already kind of redid this with Ninjago, with that island theme, where
And
it
that would
was in
be
the past.
so cool to see it like that.
Yeah.
There's some real like the mask elements, especially like the Islander CMF figure.
I meant to get some of those sets because they were so reminiscent of classic
Mhm.
Islanders.
I saw some of the figures at Chicago, and I almost picked up a few. I
I picked up this
also
set in Chicago.
right, it's true. I I want to get an Iron Hook remake too. For those who don't know, Iron Hook is the pirate bottom left there. He's one of the other pirates in the original
Is
theme, so
that
that'd be
not
kind of cool.
Redbeard?
No, that's not. That's Iron Hook. Do you not
I
know
always
this?
No, I always thought that this was the episode where like Redbeard's been like marooned on like the Forbidden Island, and he's like,
So from what I know of the Iron Hook lore, he was part of Redbeard's crew, I'm pretty sure.
He's on my shirt.
Oh, he is, isn't
He's on my
he?
shirt. Oh, I always thought this
Uh,
was Redbeard. Nope, that's Ironhook, I
so
guess.
he is part of Redbeard's
He
crew
doesn't
and
have a hook.
then mutinies versus Redbeard.
Mm,
So he's technically another pirate group, and sometimes, if I remember right, they go back and forth, but I don't know. So kind of another pirate character. And again, I love, and also like it's King Kahuka?
Kahuka. Yep.
Kahuka. You guys know I love original characters from Lego. When Lego does a good original character, I always want that figure remade, and I always fall in love with those characters, like Broadside and stuff. So,
Oh yeah.
even though Broadside's very messed up, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's not even just like basic level of messed upness. I don't know how this made it into a Lego lore thing.
I can't wait for your
Um,
lore video on this.
I'm sorry. I know I keep teasing it a lot. I'll tell you afterwards because you'll be like, wait, that's actual. There was German audio dramas, and some of the stuff that in it is super weird. I'm not
I
gonna
believe
lie.
it. I believe it.
I'm working on Pirates Tavern Talk for the record, Grayson. I'm
Mhm.
working on it. It's gonna be called Harbor Masters. I am working on it right now. The Blue Coats video I just recorded today, so hopefully either this week or next week, the first of many should start dropping.
Mhm.
Also, yes, I agree with this comment.
I gotta
King
catch up.
Kahuka.
I have to catch up on that. I haven't watched that episode.
Oh, I haven't made that, but I think he's saying that needs to be an episode.
Oh, I was like,
I want to
I
do
don't
all the
remember this
original
episode.
characters from Pirates, but
Got it.
yes, I agree. I think he should. I'm going to do some stuff about them soon.
Cool.
All right. A lot of people have been talking about Western in the chat. It was definitely a thought. I know why we talked about this before. There is a reason that they've stayed away from Western, but I think if you focused on certain elements of Western, it would be fine and you could get away with it. So for
Legorado.
Legorado.
Is always the way I pronounce it.
Legorado, I think would be perfect. It's just such an iconic set. It's the fort, and I think you could really just have some fun with this set.
Yeah.
And also just think of how cool a remake would be. Like there's so much you could do. Look at a lot of forts from this era, and I think there's a lot that you could do
It's
when
iconic.
it comes down to it. It is.
It's just the classic iconic thing that it's part of Lego's history.
Exactly. So I think this should be the remake for the set. But I also think if you want to go a little less, maybe even a GWP size, the sheriff's jail. I can't remember the name of it.
Yep.
But the sheriff's set.
Lockup, I think.
Yeah, sheriff's lockup.
Yeah.
You could really have some fun with it. Anything of the play features of the prison exploding. I mean,
The
even new
sets are cool.
Eldorado Fortress set. It's fun. I think you could, and some of those parts as printed parts again.
Yep. Very nice printed pieces there. Yep.
So I would love to see this these two. And I think if you want to go GWP, there's the soldier's wagon could be a
Yeah.
really solid GWP from this.
Yep.
Like honestly, just a covered wagon. Like it didn't even have to be a remake of that, but just like a cool covered wagon, like Western set. I'd buy that. So, all right. Fabuland. We thought we should throw in a Fabuland set here.
I thought, listen, you disagreed. You were like, Fabuland, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I think that Fabuland is a cute piece of Lego's history. I know it appeared in the 90th anniversary set. I guess you can't really quite remake these figures, but it would be cute to have a little like cottage house like this. Just one little thing to acknowledge Fabuland existed would be very cute.
You could get buildable Fabuland figures, maybe. I don't know how they would do it.
They did a buildable. They used the little like the hose piece for the nose of the elephant. It's like a little elbow shape. Yeah, it was cute. I don't know. I think they could do it. I think it would be fun.
I think this is a fun one to throw in as a joke, but I don't think. Yeah, it does have a very Duplo feel to it.
Well, listen, it was for children. It was for little kids, but like the figures are so cute. Like, look at this little monkey that I got.
Oh, there was a Fabuland reference in
the 90th anniversary. 90th. Yeah, they remade the elephant, but you know, I think that they could do like a proper little like Fabuland house. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why I have these. I just think they're cute.
We all have the stupid things from part of Lego. We just think it's stupid, but
yeah, I have so many things.
Coda. I think some Fabuland as some CMFs would be cute, redo in the modern way. Bring back Lego Angry Birds. No.
He should be banned from your chat permanently.
I know, I should. I met someone who is a Angry Birds fan, and they have all the sets. Unironically,
they had good pieces. They had really good pieces, but like,
sure. All right, we don't need to go down that discussion. All right, everyone was saying Wolfpack. I had to agree. Wolfpack's Tower. This was also a recommendation from someone on Instagram too.
This is a necessity.
I think this needs to be a set. We've seen some great remakes of people have done of it. Now I think go a little bit different. Like I don't think it just needs to be this style of tower. I think just a Wolfpack fortification. Even more like it could be any type of fortification, like built into a mountain or something like that. Whatever it is, I think Wolfpack deserve a really cool fortification remake. And I'm going to make this argument for it. It's the same argument I made for Imperial Armada. It wasn't made enough.
Yeah.
Like there's 5 sets Wolfpack appearing, 6 maybe.
5 or 6, no more than that. Yeah. They had this one. They had the Renegades with the little cart, and then they had the one with a ghost. Those were their only sets, and then they had a couple appearances elsewhere.
Yeah. So personally, I think they deserve a better fortification. I own this set. It's not great. We all know this, but we also
like this set. It's cute. It's charming, but I agree. It's not really a tower.
For its time. Yeah,
they call it Wolfpack Tower. It's not a tower. I don't know what it is. It's Wolfpack Hideout.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's a good set.
If any set should be remade, Wolfpack, though. This next GWP.
That's a good one.
All I'm saying is this one is such an iconic set. The fact you can hide the treasure chest underneath and there's all this other stuff. When you think of Wolfpack, I think this is the set people usually think of. And with the nod to them in the castle, 90th anniversary castle, I think this would be a perfect one of them kind of coming back. So, and also, you know, there's that reference to the town, and we've gotten some sort of images out there that happened to drop a while back of like a medieval town. All I'm saying is Wolfpack should be in there after the Easter egg they dropped about them in the castle.
I'll agree.
So, what do you think? These 2 solid sets. Any other thoughts about Wolfpack?
No, because there's not much else to say. Like, there's the one I mentioned with the ghost and like I like that one, the sliding, but it's a fun little concept. But they just don't make a ghost mold anymore. Like, it's not, you know. I would say I think that they should do some reference to the classic ghost in the next castle set they do,
Mm,
whatever it is. Give us an old ghost. Give us Vitruvius again. Like
that's true. That's kind of the last.
there was with like the
Mm,
monster fighters,
yes,
but
there
that was
was.
around the same time, I guess. But yeah, Ghost Vitruvius.
Yeah. So I think Wolfpack would be a great thing, and I also would love a new version of these figures. I haven't talked about that in many of these sets yet, but like this is one where they deserve. It's such a bland figure, but I think what they could do with it now.
I love the Wolfpack figures. I think they're perfect, but I agree. They
Oh
could
yeah,
make better ones now.
yeah.
More
I
detailed.
guess that's kind of what I mean by them. It's like it's good
Yep.
figures, but yeah.
Yep.
All right, Dragon Masters. You should talk about this one.
My thought with this is that, we have so here's what they did. They did Barracuda Bay for the pirates, and then Eldorado Fortress is the enemies, the blue coats. We have the castle for the Lion Knights, and we need an enemy to the Lion Knights. And I think either go Black Falcons, or I think the Dragon Knights would be cool. So bring this in. I like this set better than the Fire Breathing Fortress, because I think it's more unique. I think this is really the set that we've seen that is basically just a big cave
Mm,
for a dragon. And I think that's just very cool. Think of the things that they could do if they built like a dragon's lair. Give us a really cool new brick built dragon. Put Magisto in there. Give us the updated Dragon Knights. I think it's the home run.
I agree with that, and I think this set suffered a lot during its time because they used all the big rock pieces, and I'd love to see what they could do
Yeah.
now. Let's say
I
this is a
don't hate the rock
$200 set.
pieces.
I feel like this could be like a hundred. I don't, but like that era suffered from like using a
Right.
lot of big parts and not
As
doing
opposed
as
to
much
like being more
detail.
creative. Right. Totally agree.
So I think I'd love to see this as like a 150, $200 set. I think they could
Mhm.
do. I think you could even maybe even $100 do a lot with this set. 150. Let's go with 150. I think 150 they could do a lot with this set. Especially if they brought back flags and the cape like we saw in the castle, but
Yeah.
printed like that. And then of course, we were supposed to get that Magisto GWP. I think it'd be really cool to see around that area what they could do, especially if they gave us more detailed Magisto than we got in the castle. So, even don't even have to put Magisto with this set. Just give us Dragon Masters. And I agree, we need, and there is a Dragon faction mentioned in the 90th anniversary castle. So
Mhm.
I could easily see that. So, um, I do agree with this comment. If they need an enemy, they should bring back Fright
That's
Knights.
true. I love Fright
And
Knights.
they did mention the Fright Knights in the castle, but only reason I'd love to see Fright Knights is I'd love a good Basil the Bat Lord and
Mhm.
Will the Witch remake,
Yep.
which would be perfect. So and also look, there's a lot of comments here. Classic Ninja would be dope. Oh, sorry, I meant okay. I thought you were talking about Ninjago in that comment. Yes, I do agree.
Yeah.
Classic Ninja, but like Ninjago makes all these dragons now. It'd be cool to see what they could do
Yeah.
for like an actual Ogwyn dragon. So all right, Dragon Masters. Good choice. I definitely agree. And I think there's a lot of potential there. All right. This was one of the ones I threw in, and this was
Ooh.
commented on one of my videos. I think the pinnacle of ships in the pirate
Yeah.
theme is the Imperial flagship. This is the best
Absolutely.
ship ever made. I
Yep.
think it outbeats every pirate ship. The fact you can put the cannons on the lower deck there, the fact you can open up and get down the lower deck, and there's like a bunch of cool stuff there, the figures you get with it.
This is
It
a great
is
set.
a white whale set for me lately, and I
How
agree.
much does this set go for these
Over
days? Like,
$1,000.
oh my god,
Yep.
this is insane. The collector's
Yep.
market, man.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, I was talking about ships, and I think this is a big problem. They need to make ships for the Imperials because all the Imperials have these like tiny ships,
Oh my god.
except for this one. And so I think I'd really love to see, even if it's the blue coats who get this, I'll take it. Just give us a really big ship of this size. I even would love they did the double decker with cannons, like 2 levels of cannons would be cool, but like this is something that I could see going as an amazing icon set. We could all see that on our shelves right now, and we would all buy that
Yep.
set in a heartbeat. And let's see,
I just
$200? Yeah,
yeah, you could do a
I'll do
250.
it.
You could do it really good. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Yeah, I was trying to think like Barracuda Bay, if you got rid of the small pilot, like maybe that'd be like what, 150, 175. So you do 200, because you got to
Give
add
us
some
a
stuff in
nice
there.
big Imperial ship.
Yeah,
Yep.
don't add anything else, just the ship.
Yep.
And whether that's red coats, blue coats, or even Imperial Marta, I would take it. Like,
I never understood why like the collector's market goes crazy just for ships, for old pirate ships. Like those end up getting so expensive.
I think because just like how there's train guys, there's ship
They're
guys.
ship guys who aren't necessarily Lego guys, but they're ship guys.
Yep. Well, I'm just saying, even the Lego community, there's people who just collect ships and stuff like that.
And that's their thing. Yep.
But I'd also agree we do need a new pirate ship remake, even if it's a smaller one than we got with Barracuda Bay. But when it comes down to ships, I think I'd love to see an Imperial ship before we get another pirate ship remake.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll agree with that.
And also this would be perfect for going against Barracuda. So
perfectly. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to quickly make this. I've never understand why the pirates always have better ships than all the Imperials combined, except for this one. This is the only like crazy one.
Because the pirates are supposed to be the good guys, the cool guys. We like the pirates. They're having fun. I've always thought the pirates were the good guys. Listen, I grew up on Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates are the good guys.
True. It's true. True. Yeah, we need some what's it called? Trading company.
Yes, the trading company.
So this is a 2010 set, but I still think it should be a remake. And it's more of I like the idea of the remake, and that's the only reason I threw it on this list. I want to make that clear. I said 2002 and earlier, but like really this is kind of the idea.
They don't have to do too much even to change it. Wow. You threw that one in there for me, didn't you?
Yep. This one's just for you, Matticus.
I love Prime Cruisers. Give us Prime Cruisers. They could just go as weird as they want with it. This played with all different like eras of like Lego that was available at the time. Space, Castle Pirates. They've got even more time that they can play with now with this, so they could just do everything. Matt, I think they're all bad guys.
Well, if you think about it, you could do all the favorite themes. You could do Chima, and you could do Nexo Knights.
All right. All right. Okay.
But you know what? Okay. Idea for a Lego theme for a Lego. Your remake Time Cruisers, but
make it good.
Yes, but you also hit all these original themes. So we'll see all these original themes. Like basically it's just a remake theme where they remake sets or like bring back original themes in it. So it's Time Cruisers, but it's really just like we're bringing back original sets or original themes in this.
So the comment about Dreams, like I kind of get it that Dreams has a Time Cruisers vibe. And I think that a lot of the dream, but it's not. The Dream sets are wild. I'm hoping that in the future that they start to explore some more stuff like that, maybe. But for now, it's a little bit. It's just. It's Lego on shrooms. Like I don't know. Like
it's not wrong though. I've grown to like Dreams a little bit more than when I first saw it, but I definitely agree. I made a thread about this the other day where I was like, look, Dreams doesn't fit the dreams I have. So how about instead of making the dream monsters, you make some orcs, and instead of you throw some knights and there we go. We got a great fantasy theme.
If they want, literally, if they wanted to make the dreams that you have, it would just be castles, just castle, nothing but castles.
Yep, exactly. I don't see a problem with this at all.
Yeah,
but I threw this one in just for you because I knew you were a big Time Cruiser.
I just think it's cool. I don't actually own any of the sets. I just have the shirt, which is cooler than any of the sets.
True.
Yeah, I just think it's nifty and an unusual theme.
So I think Lego Legends would be a really good idea too. Just kind of like a theme that is
call it Lego Legends.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right.
What are we what are we doing, Brad? What is this podcast? What is this stream? What are we doing? I don't get paid enough for this. I'm taking this up with HR.
You're the one who recommended this.
Go on.
So
Defend
for
yourself.
those who don't know, this is Lego Galador. So it is a Lego theme. And I'm pretty sure it's early 2000s, so we can make that argument.
Can we ban Brad from his own stream? He didn't give me the power. If he did, I would boot him right now. He did not give me any controls. I'm just a guest.
So sorry, I don't know why this is so funny to me.
Oh wait, you have to highlight Matt's comment. Brad asked
what team shoot. No. I said what sets. What sets?
Literally everything.
Yes, but I agree. But I think there's certain areas, and we're making a point with certain ones. But yes, Nick Bluetooth. Just give him a figure. I think he should be a polybag GWP.
Not a GD. I was like, so I think we mentioned this before. I think that the Lego movie would have been the perfect time to just put a Nick Bluetooth minifigure or a Ninjago City. I think it would be, it's a piece of history and it would be so much fun if we just had a stupid little Nick Bluetooth minifigure somewhere in something.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think
that's it.
I think, we've gotten clutch powers. In a set, why not? Yep. Also, I love this comment. Jack Stone would have to have a word. I bash on Jack Stone all the time, but I think not really. I don't think I think I agree with you. I don't think this should be a GWP. I love this. Do a GWP like
make it build out of system bricks. Actually, I think that's incredible. That's a great idea.
I do agree though. I think we need a figure in a set.
That. Yeah,
but I don't think this should be a GWP. I'm showing this to say what we shouldn't be getting.
It's just, it's like, I think that it's almost like a joke at this point. Like Galador 100% is like the inside joke of Lego, and even Lego knows that it's funny because they put that tile in the hotel set.
Yes,
the artwork. I have it here somewhere because it's just such a funny little thing. I bought it. I don't have that set yet, but I bought the tile. And here we have Matticus's box of tiles that we're just going to play with to find this printed thingy. Hold on, I'm not crazy. I have it somewhere.
Oh, is there Galador Torso? I don't remember what the Galador is there?
In Ninjago City, there's like the comic book guy has a shirt that says Galador on it. I forgot about that, but I didn't. This is the little
no, tile. Mark didn't submit this one, but yeah, that one. I forgot about that one. Let me give you a big screen for a second.
Nick Bluetooth, like it's like a Picasso style Nick Bluetooth.
Yeah,
and honestly, this is a beautiful piece of art. I want this like full size on my wall.
That should be Brick Monarchs next to the wall sign. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I don't think we need this. I just wanted to pull this one out as a joke. And the reaction was worth it for me.
So funny.
All right. The next four we have, these are the last four we have, all space sets, because we looked at the Blacktron Cruiser, which was such a good remake, and we're talking about the Blacktron Cruiser. So we wanted to go, what space sets should be remade? We talked about the Arctic one, but like there are some really good candidates for sets that should be remade from space. First off, M-Tron is a big classic in space. It's definitely a unique style to it. I don't think they're bringing back the magnets, but I think this set would be a really good remake. Itself, like this big, we haven't gotten this big like rover type vehicle yet from Lego. We've gotten a lot of ships, so I think this would stand out in that way.
That's a good point why they might not even consider bringing back M-Tron, because M-Tron, it stands for magnet. That's why it was M, because their whole thing was that they use magnets, and it was about magnetism, and they're not going to do the magnets again. That's great. But maybe like a GWP of like one of the smaller spaceships.
Yeah. I could see that working too.
Yeah, just give, or a minifigure, a CMF. Give us an M-Tron CMF.
Honestly, I think that's the best way you can go about doing it. So, all right. The next, so we also were talking about this one. This would be perfect. Blacktron style. It's kind of like a helicopter type vehicle.
Yeah, actually is kind of.
Now I'm realizing that. So like this would be unique, and also Mtron again was a different
Space helicopter.
faction, and it went against Blacktron, so
Yep.
be kind of cool.
Yep.
Space Police 1. We know we got this one. A bunch of people said 6886. I definitely think this one should be a remake. It would go perfectly with the Blacktron Cruiser. Also, you could add in another Blacktron figure because they already have the print and stuff for it, and they're already making it. Plus, it'd be great to get a Space Police. And this would like perfect sizing. You upscale it a little bit. I could see that doing really well. Last one and final one here. Oh, no, sorry. Second to last one. Sorry, I was thinking of a different one. I had these out of order in my mind.
Give us a
Another
big
one.
Space Police set.
Exactly. So GWP, and then if you wanted to go big, actual remake for it, I think this one is the one that deserves to get a big remake. I mean, it's just awesome looking, and also Space Police, big classic. So I could definitely see that doing really well. And also, again, you could throw a Blacktron figure in it, and we would all love it. Any thoughts on the Space Police stuff?
Please. That's about sorry, I'm tired, long day. No, listen, I totally agree. I like the color scheme. I think that it's kind of like just necessary that they eventually get to it. They gave us the remake Space Police minifigure as a CMF, and I think that seeing that figure expanded upon would just
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Yeah. That figure is just like awesome, and that torso is amazing. So
and I'm agreeing with this comment that just came in. Yeah, I think they go with the CMF. Maybe they don't all have to have the big like space jet pack.
Well,
thing
that's their riot version, and then this is their normal version. You know,
exactly for when there are space riots. Because
yes, exactly. So, oh, I disagree. More castle, more pirates, less space.
Give us all of it.
All of them. All of it. Look, just give us.
Give us all the Fabuland.
That's actually a pirate ship that actually has a castle built on top. Oh,
and
wait.
it's piloted by a Fabuland figure and Nick Bluetooth and and the Time Cruiser Sky. Like, give us all in one.
No. All right, last one. Blacktron 1. I'm sorry, Blacktron 2. Jeez. Blacktron 2. I think this would be a perfect one. You could get that size. Matticus has it right there.
Ready to go.
I think that ship would be really cool.
It's so swooshable. I could play with it like anyway, but it's a great little set, and they could totally do it in a new style. I guess the issue is these like octagonal canopies. Like, I don't know if they would bring that piece back. So that kind of is the iconic style of Blacktron. But look, you got.
But I could see them finding a way to do it.
It's kind of like this was like Lego doing an X-wing before they did an X-wing.
Literally.
Yeah, I can't get it to like line up right, but yeah.
So I think, okay, let us know in the comments and in chat what you guys think. Were these good sets that we picked? I mean, yes, we picked a lot, but when it comes down to it,
every theme, according to Matt Mellish.
Yeah, too many. Yeah, every theme. I think there's a lot that you could throw away, but I think for space, those ones especially were ones that should be remade. I think when it comes down to it, there are certain sets that should deserve it over others because of how iconic they are. And also, in my opinion, like I talked about with Wolfpack, Armada, even like a lot of the space set themes, there wasn't a good enough run of those sets. And I think we deserve to get a remake of them because of that, because those set like themes did really well afterwards. So 60,
6086. That's I think that's the Black Knight's Castle.
Black Knight's Castle. Yep. Oh,
love that set. I haven't built it yet, but
I don't. I have the other Black Knight's Castle, but I'm just thinking
I'm missing a couple
the raised base plate made out of bricks, kind of like we were talking about.
So I think that set is the best, makes the best use of that base plate.
Yes.
Out of all the sets that use that creator base plate, that one does it the best.
I agree with that. I think a lot of them didn't use the base plates well, but how that worked with the base plate was just perfect.
Yep.
So I have no flaws with that one. And I think that one would look even cooler, like made out of bricks. So yeah. And I think kind of what Lego is going to start doing here, and this is my opinion, and I think Lego is going to start doing this, so we got Castle in Space next year. I have a feeling we got our pirates this year, and I'm
Mhm.
not even counting GWPs, just big remake sets. I have a feeling we're getting next one next year, and I have a feeling that's going to be the village leak image that we
Yeah.
saw. If that's it, actually going to be a set, I have a feeling that one will be the summer set next year, and I have this feeling that that's going to be what it's going to be like for a bit now. Is they're going to keep doing these icon sets, but also at the
Mhm.
same time, I think with the remakes, something that might happen here is Lego is seeing how well these remakes do. Like they're all doing well. They're not doing bad. And I know Eldorado Fortress, there wasn't a crazy amount of people in line. So I feel like that they could come back in a way. Like I think Eldorado Fortress could do well. I don't know how well Eldorado Fortress is doing right now, but the problem is there was a lot of big sets output out at the same
The
time.
people at my store, said that it's not selling well at all. But this was also just after the first couple days, so, you
Yeah.
know.
I could
But
see that one doing really honestly, I think the people who are going to go after that set are waiting for the GWPs, a lot of
Mhm.
them. And also a
Yep,
lot of
and
people
double
bought it
bids.
online.
Yep.
So, cuz so I think Lego what is going to happen here in general is we're going to get these icon sets remade, and I think if we do get a remake, I think Lego is seeing how well these sets are doing and how much people are loving them too.
Oh, yeah.
I could see a theme coming in and it coming back for any one theme at least in the next couple of years because it does take 2 years for Lego to make a theme. So I could see like 2024 or 5, more of 2025 because they saw how well stuff was starting to do in like 2022 and then they're starting to work on that project for some original theme in Castle Pirate Space, whatever it is. So I don't
Mhm.
know. And also the CMFs did really well that came out recently. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people love that.
I don't know. Any thoughts from you about Lego themes coming back?
Yeah, I think that I don't know if I can believe that they're gonna do a full-on revival of anything, but it seems like that they're on board with at least doing 1 per year, and I'm hoping that that gets those numbers come up. Give us at least 2 per year. Give us the 1 or 2 GWPs. Give us more of those old school sets, and I think they're gonna keep it going because people really like it. So, yeah, I think the future's bright.
Yeah, and technically we got 2 remakes this year because we got the Black Shark Cruiser.
Sure.
Technically, we got the Bionicle one, so that's 3, and we got
Yeah.
Eldorado, and there's supposed to be a GWP, for, Magisto. So
Yep.
if that is, that's technically 4 remakes this year, which is pretty
Mhm.
good. They're kinda spread out nicely too. So, again, I don't know, because, like, let's see, last year we got 3 in total?
We had the castle, we had the forest,
Hideout,
hideout, and I think that's it.
Galaxy Explorer.
Oh, and the Galaxy Explorer. Yes.
I mean, even technically this year we got the brown astronaut, we got the orc, and we got
Yep.
um
The Falconer.
yeah, Falconer. So
And I even consider I know it's an idea set, but I consider the blacksmith
that
to
was
be
2 years ago,
that was 2
right?
years ago, but even
Yeah.
so, like,
Yeah.
they've been doing a lot of stuff. Barracuda Bay, like, we're
Yep.
getting a lot of stuff that's, like, you know, doing that old stuff in a new way.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of opportunities here. Fright Nights, Adventures, and my ankle are my top 3 themes that should get one big set. I agree with Adventures and Fright Nights.
Mhm.
Blacksmith is retiring end of this year.
Yeah, I'm
If you're-
surprised it's still around. It's an older set
yeah,
now.
it really is. I know it's becoming harder and harder for people to find.
Yeah, it's a
So
great set, though.
I don't know. I think someone keeps spamming. I
I
gotta
know, the
acknowledge this
Troll
comment.
Seas the Troll Seas Tower,
Schultz,
man.
I would love to see that as a remake, but they're not gonna do that. So
No. Mm-mm.
I can't see that happening. So I don't know. I think are you hopeful that we're gonna get more remakes?
I am. I am. I think it's almost a sure thing that we're
Yeah,
getting more of these. It's like I don't know why, because they did it for the 90th anniversary. Okay, that makes sense, but
yeah.
it's not the 90th anniversary anymore, and they're still making them. So why would they still be making them if they
The
weren't gonna?
only reason I could see them doing the Pirates one is because like, oh, we didn't do Pirates last year and it was a really requested theme, so let's do Pirates.
Okay, but there's so many themes that people love. Like they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's popular. They're gonna keep doing this.
And I think a lot of people go after them. And it's nice because it's a very I don't think it's just original theme fans that like these sets.
No,
So
people like them and think they're. I bet you that there's people who buy them and don't even know what the original themes are.
yeah,
Like
they just
there's
like pirates or castles or
castles.
space.
Yeah,
So
it
I don't know.
brings Lego to a new generation.
It really does. So I don't know. I'm hopeful. I think we got
I
a
am too.
lot of stuff coming up in the future. And guys, again, as always, if you love a good remake, I mean, go to Brick Monarch Shop. You can get original themes as shirts, as lights, as wall signs. I mean, you got some right there too.
Hmm.
If you use code Bricking10, you get 10% off. So that sounds pretty good to me. So, guys, we're gonna end this one here. Thank you all so much for joining the 2x4 stream. Sorry, the 2x4 podcast, or whatever you want to call it. If you want to listen to this, you can always find it on YouTube afterwards, especially under YouTube podcasts. I don't know what the topic we're gonna tackle next, but I'll probably do another one of these in a couple weeks. There's been a lot of requests out there, so let me know what you guys want us to talk about on the 2x4 podcast. On future episodes in the comments down below. So any last thoughts here before we leave, Matticus?
Just thanks for having me on, dude. It's always a pleasure to chat with you about all of this great stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And as always, guys, we will be doing some more Eldorado building here very soon. So watch out for my YouTube channel. I think next one will be Thursday. So, and more videos coming here soon. So, all right, we're going to end it right there. Hope you guys all have amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.